Good evening, Munchie Mafia. Welcome. It's a Sunday evening, and I've got a unruly bird in the other room who's very upset about something. I don't know what. So, anyway, new merch. Here it is. This is the women's tank top. And first things first, please go and show the Menorcan mullet a little bit of love. While he was out filming in Baltimore, apparently he had accidentally dropped his laptop into the water and lost a good bit of footage. So stop off on your way out of here tonight, and just go show him a little bit of love. Anyway, so we're reimagining the glorious chicken Verde casserole that I made last week. That was so good. I was like in heaven over that, because I just don't get to have Verde sauce all that often. Timmy used to not like it so much, but now all of a sudden he's all about the Verde. So I'm actually going to make another batch of Verde because, yes, Tiger, I know. I am so wishy-washy when it comes to what to do for lives that I wanted to revisit that shrimp pasta dish that I was telling you all about, that had a Verde cream sauce with pasta, and it was shrimp and sun-dried tomato and some other goodies. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. It says something shrimpy on the little thumbnail that I made, but we're talking about doing a smoked shrimp dip and do a charcuterie board. I don't know. Tell me which one you guys would like to see. Would you all like to see the smoked shrimp charcuterie board with all the other goodies, or would you rather see the Verde pesto or the Verde shrimp pasta dish? So I'm going to leave it up to you all to choose which one you would rather see. But nonetheless, we are going to make some more Verde sauce because I'm all about that. And let's see who's all in the chat tonight. We got, of course, our mods, Tiger and Captain Brian. And then we have Oyster, Tomahawk Mark, Mason. I think I already said Mason. No, I didn't say Mason. I'll say Mason again for the fifth time. Hi, Mason. And go check out his live from yesterday. He shows off his tattoo that he's been wanting to get so badly. And let's see here. We also have Greg and Mean Girl. And of course, Timmy. Tomahawk Mark. So Verde is one of my most favorite things to make, as well as to eat. I love Verde sauce. It's just so bright and cheerful and all that other happy horse shit. So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna hack these little boogers into halvesies. They're very sticky, so wear some gloves unless you don't mind having sticky fingers. Everything sticks. So there we have that. And then our green bell pepper. I'm going a little light on the spice simply because Timmy can't do a lot of spice. He's not a spice person. He likes it, fairly mild. And to be honest, just like, with all the stress that I've been having to go through lately, I wouldn't be surprised if I personally had a ulcer happening. So lately I just, my stomach's just been doing some really weird things. So probably best to steer clear of that. I'm also trying to stay away from dairy as much as humanly possible. I'm going to check back in here in a moment, see what y'all say about which one do you guys want to see tomorrow. You want to see the pasta, or do you want to see the charcuterie? You'd have to run outside and throw the shrimps into the smoker. So I'm just taking off as much of this white pit as humanly possible, because the stuff is just tends to make it bitter in a bad way. So oh crikey, I forgot my garlic. Run over to the refrigerator here in just a moment and get that. So 3 of those. I also got some soft. Hey, you. No. Cindy, come back. Come back. The joys of puppy ownership. They get into the dumbest things sometimes. These are Pasillas or poblanos, whichever way you want to look at it. Got some seeds. These really don't have a lot of spice to them, but they have a nice, brilliant, dark green color that helps to add to that beautiful green color of the Verde sauce. Verde means green in Spanish. Verde. So I have rice on the stove behind me, and it's just doing its thing, getting all nice and happy. When it comes to rice, and yet again, I could not find a freaking Mexican oregano again today. It's like, I'm gonna have to go down to the other store at the bottom of the hill, at the very bottom of the hill, almost down to my last place of employment. Okay, so I think that was 3. Then we want the jalapenos. We're just gonna cut those into quarters. And I also have some beautiful watercress, because I could not find any decent looking greens to go with this dish, because we're kind of doing a southwestern Buddha bowl, I guess you can call it. Whoops, that was more than quarters. Of course, we want our onion too. I also got a red onion for garnish, because the thing about Buddha bowls is some of it is raw, some of it is cooked, some of it is cooked and chilled, so on and so forth. Buddha bowls are a big thing right now over here in the Pacific Northwest. Everybody seems to have one. Mostly these juice bars and stuff like that. They've got acai bowls and whatnot. They're calling them Buddha bowls. But the reason why they're called Buddha bowls is because they are nice and filled and plumped up and everything. It's got all sorts of goodies. And I couldn't find yellow rice either. It's like, what the hell's wrong with these people? And who's their freaking buyer at some of these grocery stores? It's like, you can't find anything even remotely ethnic anymore. Okay, so I've got I threw our leftovers into the freezer so that we would have them for another day, because I just didn't want to just pitch it out, and I'm not home that often to want to have to deal with cooking something up. And I mean, we had the enchilada casserole that lasted us about a week anyway. So was kind of bummed when we ran out. I was like, oh man, I need some more of that in my life. So I wonder if tomatillos will actually grow around here. All right, so a bit more oil in that. Now we're just going to oil this all up. Layer it all onto the pan. Pitch that in the oven. And away we go with that. Oh, there's that. Close the oven door. Gonna lower the temperature down to low because it's starting to get a little dry. That's why I wanted a little bit more of the Verde. And I got some black-eyed peas back there too. Let's see here. So next, we're just gonna reuse that bowl. Kind of sticking sort of in the Central America theme. Buddha bowl. Like I said, some of it's raw, some of it's cooked, some of it's cooked and chilled. We're going to take some. We're not going to eat this raw. Trust me, we're not going to eat this raw. This is a sweet potato. We're going to actually roast this off, but we're going to season it really heavily with some goodies. I'm going to season it all up and gonna put it off to one side. You'll see what it looks like. It's actually a very delicious dish. And it's nice on those, warmer weather days when you want something that's, reasonably healthy, but you also want it to taste good at the same time. You can also do this with quinoa or brown rice or riced cauliflower if you want instead of rice, if you're not a rice person. You'd also use barley or farro, but if you're gluten-free, you're not going to be using either of those because those are not grains that are not gluten-free. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this. We're going to what? Move the bowl. He says. We're just going to split these in half. Now, we could try to make them look pretty, or we could make them look fancy. You can leave them in half circles or try to dice them up. I prefer to have them in diced up pieces. Now, key is to dice them up into pieces that are roughly about similar size. We're just going to dump it back into this bowl here. So some of the juice from that tomatillo is not going to hurt this. So, and sweet potatoes are actually very good for you as well. If you can find the purple Peruvian potatoes, that's also a nice, pretty one to have on this dish. Didn't like the look of the yuca and the jicama, so jicama was very expensive. So I'm like, I only need a little bit of that. I don't have diced jicama, so we're just going to stick with budget friendly for right now. So I hope that everybody is doing well. Derek of the Food Boat went live earlier today, so go and check him out. He's quite comical because we were all watching him put together a gaming chair. and a boom mic arm. That was pretty funny. He's in good spirits. I guess it was raining pretty heavily there, so he couldn't do any outdoor work. So he just kind of hung out with everybody, and that was pretty much it. And so we were talking about crab on the Discord last night. Harvey asked me the question. So, are you allergic to just Dungeness crab, or are you allergic to all crabs? And the answer is yes and yes. There's a varying scale of allergy when it comes to the crabs. It's like, as I told him, Dungeness crab will kill me faster. That's more of a, have somebody riding shotgun with me. We go and get an order to go sit out in the car in the parking lot of the emergency room, probably on the deadest day of the week and deadest time of the day, and line up the EpiPens, but first make sure that they're not milky white on the inside, and then eat it, and then make a run for the front doors. So that's Dungeness crab. Now, Alaskan king crab, I can have a small amount before I start to get into trouble. That's more or less I could take my time getting to the emergency room. And when I say take my time getting to the emergency room, it's we could go park in the parking garage and then make a mad dash. And so I haven't really tried much else as far as other crabs are concerned, because why risk it? I mean, I used to risk it a long time ago, back when EpiPens were, a pretty cool thing to have for allergies, but they were damned expensive. Not as expensive as they are now, but they were pretty damned expensive. It's like, just to get 2 pens back in the day, it was like, even with insurance, because insurance didn't want to pay for the whole thing, it was about $180, because you can't just buy 1 pen. You have to buy them in 2s. Because they're very short. They're fast acting, but short something or other. They don't last for very long. The way? No, not the expiration. No, fast acting, but short lived in the system. Because heaven forbid that I should be here at home eating crab, and I'd be dead by the time that they get here, because it's like we have a volunteer fire department. It's just down the road from us, but that's about it. So I remember a long time ago, Timmy and I, we were quite social people. We used to go to our friends' houses all the time, at least one time a month. Sometimes people would gather at my house. But anyway, somebody didn't believe me when I said that I'm allergic to crab, lobster, and actually no, just crab and lobster, right? They didn't believe it. So we used to have these potlucks, and I always asked everybody to please put a little sticker on your dish that gives the ingredients. It's not because I want you to give away your recipes. It's because so that people can make a decision to whether or not they want to die today, which I think that everybody should do for potlucks, is that they should disclose it, because who knows, especially in potlucks, it seems like there's at least 5 people that bring potato salad, and at least 2 people that bring deviled eggs. But then you got let's say you got 25 people, all of them bringing, all of them foodies, and all of them bringing something made from scratch, or pre-made, but repackaged out onto a dish and made to look like it was homemade. And then having to locate that individual to find out. So I need to make sure that I'm not going to die today. So can you tell me if there's this, and this in there? And heaven forbid that you should have three people bring the same damn thing, but everybody's made it a little bit different, and you ask the wrong person. So it's always a practice that I've always had whenever it came to having potlucks, is please put a label on what's in your dish so people know not to eat it if they're allergic. So somebody actually made a shrimp dip, but didn't mention that they put some surimi in it, which is the so-called fake crab. But did you know that some of those fake crabs actually have crab essence in it? I've yet to find out what crab essence means. It could be jizz for all I know. But I had an allergic reaction. That wasn't fun. And the only thing that I had at the time, because I was out of EpiPens, because my EpiPens expired, the only thing that I had was my oral medication, which was originally prescribed for, back in the 60s and 70s, it was prescribed for psychosis. And then they realized, you know what, this drug doesn't work for that purpose. But hey, it works for people that have allergic reactions. So back when I had to take that, it was in liquid form, and I was a child. And it was horrible tasting. It just I think that's why I've developed an absolute hatred for licorice. It's because it kind of had a licorice flavor to it. So Atarax is no joke. I was basically sitting in a corner, drooling all over myself through the whole party. People would periodically come and check up on me. It's like, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? Yeah, I'm fine, drooling all over myself. And are you sure you don't want to go to the emergency room? Yeah, I'm sure I don't want to go to the emergency room. I don't want the copay. Okay, so there's that. We've got that. Now we're going to put a little bit of coriander. I hate these damn things. These things suck, man. I hate those. Now this is how you measure. Ha! By the lid. That's a tablespoon. About a teaspoon and a half of smoked paprika. Uh-oh. What are you kids doing in there? I really love the flavor of cumin. So cumin, 1 tablespoon, and we're going to hit it with some salt. Lots of salt. I wonder if I have my sugar. What is going on with my stove? My special sugar. Got Mexican sugar in here somewhere. I just know it. Because I have everything. Turbinado sugar. There we go. I found it. So now we got turbinado. So about 1 cup of turbinado. I want that to caramelize a little bit. And olive oil. Because my bottle is empty. He's got to go and feed the unruly parrot who's screaming, I'm out of peanuts! You mofo! Where's my frickin' peanuts? Okay, so tossy, 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 mixy, mixy, mixy. Yeah, I don't trust expired EpiPens because one time I had to actually use an expired EpiPen. And this is when I found out that I'm also allergic to lobster. These allergies just popped up out of freaking nowhere. It pisses me off because it's like, I love crab. I can still imagine the taste of crab. Surimi is just not the same. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, well, you can eat the fake crab. Piss off with that, you donkey. We'll just take a flying F at a rolling donut as far as I'm concerned with that. So where if I ever become allergic to shrimp and clams and oysters, I'll probably just end it. Okay, so now we got this. Tried to find tahine at the store today and could not find it. Could not find it down the so-called ethnic aisle. Could not find it down the spice aisle. Could not find it anywhere. So, damn you, Kroger. Damn you. Okay, so a little sweet, a little smoky, and I don't know. Maybe I might throw a little bit of spicy in there if I could find my stuff. Let's see here. I think it's time to clean this because the Lazy Susan does not turn. Oh, holy shit! Yes. Hello. Yeah. Spring cleaning time. Oh, there's a bag of powdered sugar back there binding everything up. Okay. So where's my New Mexico chili? Why do I need this many jars of peanut butter? I count 3 now. I just bought some. What the hell's wrong with me? I'll figure that shit out later. Let's see here. New Mexico. Oh, there we go. We'll use ancho chili. We'll use some ancho. Okay. Scared the hell out of me. Okay, so anchos. My former sous chef Raul brought that back from Mexico. Or not Mexico. Texas. He went to Texas. I actually picked that up at a farm stand. Okay, so now that that's got some pretty color to it, because this dish has to be like over the top colorful, or it just looks like a dish. I mean, just really exaggerate everything, exaggerate the living hell out of it, because it's supposed to be punchy. It's supposed to be bright. It's supposed to have life. It's supposed to scream, I love you, but I'm going to make your butthole burn later. Yeah, it sounds like a love-hate relationship. We won't go there. Anyway, so now we got my awesome mittens that I bought just recently. I'm gonna rotate that around, stick this in there, or maybe not. Oh, son of a... Just gonna have to overlap. Forgot to take my cast iron out of the bottom. All right. You gonna take them out? Arr, arr. Oh, is she playing with? Oh, Leroy's in the hole. Arr. Okay, so they're being funny. Animals are funny that way. So went for the jugular. Oh, they're just being so cute. They're just being so cute. Okay, so let's see. Actually, mean girl, you're right. It's I'm especially allergic to shellfish derived iodine, but I don't have a problem with shrimp, um, fish, um, and then of course clams and oysters, mussels. I don't have a problem with. Just those specific things. Silicone or cloth? Oh, Mark, you mean my mittens? They're a little bit of each. They're denim, then there's silicone on the other side. I always forget which. I'm always sticking my hands in the wrong ones. I'm like, oh, nope, other way. So they're made by Cuisinart. I got them on clearance. I want to say at Marshall's for like $7 for the pair. They also had some, I want to say some gray colored ones. What? Oh, they're all labeled. Yeah, he went and bought. Hit the number that I want and then hit auto. Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right.
Come on, Cindy.
Go on, Cindy. Go with Daddy. Her arm is stuck. She's a tripod. Anyway.
Come on.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. Any other questions? So did we figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow? Do we want the pasta, or do we want the charcuterie? I'm not sure if Timmy was paying attention and keeping track for me. Go with Daddy. Go with Daddy. Go with Daddy. She's too busy playing with Leroy. This is really cute. He's a 30-pound cat and she's a 4-pound dog. Maybe 5. I'm not doing mochi animals. No, I already told you no. I'm gonna use my safe word on that one. Red. No, red. So no. Charcuterie had more votes. You guys just want to see smoked shrimp dip, isn't it? Isn't that it? That's all it is. But yes, we can do that. I will make sure that I get the cold smoker up and going, and we'll do that. And I'll get all the stuff for the charcuterie board. Kind of into having some. Oh, and I'll also do the hummus. I'll make hummus too. So we'll have hummus and the shrimp dip. Not hummus, shrimp dip. They're 2 separate things. That just sounds weird. So, and then some meats and some cheeses, and I got a bunch of cheeses in there that I'd like to get rid of anyway. So we'll put out some nice, pretty cheese board with some meat because I still also have that prosciutto in there. Maybe we'll even fry up some pita chips, or not pita chips, some flatbread, deep fried flatbread. Oh my gosh, I just remembered. Speaking of deep fried flatbread, I forgot my garlic. I'm an idiot. You go get him, girl. She just loves that cat. But then again, he just loves his puppies. Let those do its things. All right. Special cookies. Okay, when you say special cookies, you mean like special cookies or special cookies, as in yesterday's special special little thing. Toast points. No, I'm not doing toast points. You're not Mr. T. Well, you are a T, but not Mr. T. Let's see. All right. I don't know if I could get away with that. Maybe I'll do that as a private thing, And that's more of a multi-day thing because I would have to get out the special, the special equipment to make the specialty butters. All right, so let's see here. I think the reason why I wanted the some more Verde isn't because the dish needed more Verde. It's because I wanted to pull out the blender. I don't get to use my blender that often. Hello, Mike. How are you tonight? Hi, Greg. I didn't see you pop in. Who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody else? No. All right, so limes. Blender. Cord. Come on. The actual. Oh my God, why? Okay, there we go. There's that. Check on this. Check on my rice. Hi, Winnie the Pooh. All right, rice is looking a little like I could just pull it off the. Oh my God, the smell of this is just freaking amazing. All right. So now, just gonna get our blender and our lemon squizzy. Again, this blender is a Vanaheim brand. I don't even think you can even get it anymore. I got it on an introductory price of like $169 because I can't really afford to go buy the blender of my dreams. So you just got to make do with what you can. I'm not gonna blender shame anybody, but this is a pretty cool blender. Oh my God, limes are just freaking ridiculous. Come on. Uno. Oh my God. Hate these things. All right, let's try this again. That little dimple was probably in the way. So this is 3 limes. Because you really need that acid. Now, if you want, you can substitute all or just one for lemon, and that's perfectly all right. It's just that I really love the flavor of lime. Whoops, squirt. It squirted. And that green thing that looks like it's a potted plant is actually live watercress. They grow in ditches around here. Sometimes you see a whole family of Chinese people out on the side of the highway in the ditch going after all the watercress. All right, 1 full bundle of, I've missed a couple of ickies. Whole bundle of cilantro. Now, You also need the Mexican oregano, which I can't get because I guess we're not bougie enough for that sort of thing around here. So I don't like to use the very bottoms of the stems because they just taste, or they just seem a little woody to me. Okay, so now what I like to do is I like to take the bottom parts of the green onion and also throw it in there. And then what we're gonna do is I don't wanna work on my avocados just yet because I don't want them to start oxidizing. They taste stemmy. Some people say that they taste. Some people have a genetic disposition to tasting soap when they eat the cilantro. That would be. I don't know what I would do if that were me because cilantro is. I use cilantro on a lot of things. My green goddess salad dressing is pretty heavy on cilantro. All right. So, a little dish. No, little dog, go away. Little dog, go away. I thought you went outside. Why didn't you go outside with Daddy? So she's getting huge. I'm going to show her off in just a little bit. Oops. So this is a bias cut. I didn't go as long as I wanted to. I don't know. Much better when you get seeds and stems, or stems and seeds out of what? What wine are we having? We are having Readers. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, Columbia Valley, Washington State. Bookwalter Cellars in Prosser, Washington. It's the middle of the road. Would I buy it again? No. Do I like it? It's kind of warming up to me, but would I buy it again? No, because if I don't love it the first time I open it, I'm not going to like it for another bottle. And for $20, it's not like that Figlia that I had. The Figlia was but $60 bottle of wine. That's just something that it's do that every once in a while sort of thing. So I went with a $20 bottle this time around just to see, because I hadn't had Bookwalter before. So and this one's Readers, what it's called, and can't say that I'm fond of it. Now, what I could do is just let it go to vinegar and use it for something else. I don't know, there's just a note in there that's just too flat. It's just, it's not bad. It's just, I thought, well, maybe if I just air it out a little, let it get a little bit more air, maybe I'll like it a little more. And I just kept going on and on and on and on. And it just wasn't happening for me. Just not spinning my whizzer. Just not. I mean, it's just wine. So. But it's not horrible. I hope that made sense. So now we're going to take care of this red onion. Oh, that cat litter box is talking in there. Sandy's solution is out. It's empty. Please refill. It's like, okay, stop talking. Yes, my cats have a bougie cat litter box. Actually, they have two different ones that are bougie. The one that's talking is the new model to what they used to have. It's Wi-Fi. And what it does is kitty goes to the bathroom and then it senses when the cat has left the bathroom. If it's set to auto mode, then what'll happen is it will automatically wait about a half hour and then it will run a cycle. And the cycle is that it goes and scoops the litter, and it's biodegradable litter that it's flushable. So this box spins while it scoops, dumps it into this chute that leads down to an impeller, and what it does is it grinds it all up. It's hooked up to the toilet and to a water source. So it washes the cat litter, drains it, washes it with a Sani solution, drains it, rinses it, and then as it's doing that, it's flushing the impeller, which then dumps the poo into the toilet or pee or whatever it is into the toilet. Sometimes it's hairballs. And Rufus has a lot of hairballs because he's a Norwegian forest cat. And then what happens is that it then runs another cycle where it dries the cat litter with warm air. I mean, that's pretty freaking bougie if you ask me. Then we also have the other cat litter box. It's the litter robot or something like that. Yeah, our cats are spoiled. I'm about ready to go and get one of those automatic self-cleaning piddle pads for small dogs. And it's this roll. It just rolls out when the dog uses the potty on the piddle pad. Then it rolls it back up into the thing and seals it so that you don't smell it, while also pulling a new piddle pad out for the dog to use. I'm trying to talk myself into that one because it's like, you know, these high-tech freaking potties are expensive. And the reason why we want it is because sometimes the dogs don't always get out to get to the bathroom. And with Cindy being a puppy, she's constantly finding other places to go. We're working on that, but it takes some time. You know, puppies are not fully potty trained when they come home. Unlike kittens. Kittens, for the most part, they're pretty much okay. So these are just some different colored grape tomatoes. Wash your produce first, by the way, and wash the little container. But they have little holes in it. I don't want it to drain all over I don't want the juice of the tomatoes to drain. These are also really good for, you know, when you're doing like some dishes where you want to cook some tomato, but you don't want the regular tomatoes at the store, because these actually have a much more delicate skin to them, and they actually taste more like a tomato than some of those tomatoes at the store. I don't know what happened, but tomatoes just don't taste like tomatoes anymore. Not like they used to. Unless, of course, you go heirloom and you're buying them at the farmer's market. Whoops. The hell. Okay, so there's that. Now, might as well go and check our other stuff. Our rice is done, so I want to make sure. Yes, I did turn that off. Okay, so we got steam coming off. So now we're going to just pull these out. Those are gorgeous. Put that back there. Rotate that. Let that have its own space in the oven now that we're done with all the other ones. Now what we're going to do, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Why is it that one? Oh. No. God. I have too many junk drawers. Oh. All right. Welcome back, Timmy. Yeah. Everything come out all right? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start putting this into the blender. These are nice and softened. And we're going to whiz it up. I'm going to taste it. Damn it, I left all my tasting spoons outside. I meant to keep meaning to bring all my tasting, because I can't take those to work. I can't take any of my tools to work. We're not allowed knives. We're not allowed scissors. We're not allowed a lot of things. We're not. Basically, every time I want to go and grab a bottle of Starbucks Frappuccino or an energy drink, I have to go out to the car, and I have to sit out in the car and drink it out there, because we're not allowed to bring cans, glass, etc., because those can be made into weapons. I mean, anything can be a weapon, to be honest. That's okay. I can't even bring Tylenol into the building. I have to actually leave it out in the trunk of the car, go out to the car when Tylenol. That part's kind of frustrating. All right, so now we got everything in our blender. Bring the blender closer. Still need those, so. Oh, I've done that before. I've also used my Pyrex glass measuring cups for coffee cups, because I ran out of coffee cups. You just gotta make do, just gotta make do. Okay, so now we got the blender. I do like these silicone pad sheets. I get them in bulk quantities on Amazon. The problem, though, is that sometimes I end up with these oddball sizes because they come in a multi-pack. I'm trying to figure out what the hell kind of pan that's supposed to fit. It's not a bread pan. It's not a small loaf pan. It's nothing of the sort. I'm gonna blend that a little. All right, it's gonna get really loud here for a moment. I don't know how loud that is on your end, but pretty freaking loud on my end. So I'm out of tequila. I don't normally drink tequila, so I usually put like a shot of tequila in here. Oh, wait a minute. I might have some mezcal. That'll work. Do I still have some of that? Go take a look. Sorry, Timmy, you got to move out of the way. You too, Rufus. You go away. Let's take a look. You see what I got over here. Absinthe. Mezcal. That'll work. Just don't put the worm in it.
Don't put the worm in it.
Yeah, just don't put the worm in it. Had that bottle forever. All right. Oaxaca. Let's see here. No worm. Oh wait, there's a stopper in there to keep the worm from getting in there. All right. All right, I can finally say goodbye to that. Oaxaca. All right. We could call this a cocktail, right? Like a cocktail smoothie now? I don't know. Okay, cumin. Heavy dose of that. Let's just pretend that I put some Mexican oregano in there. We'll just pretend. Okay, so this is coriander. Tablespoon. Little tiny bit of the smoked paprika. Just a little tiny bit because we don't want to color it too much. A little bit of ancho, just a little smidge because we don't want to overcolor it. It'll turn brown. Half teaspoon right there. Okay. All right. So now. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you tonight. Okay, so now we always want to make sure that we get some salt. I want to always salt everything a little bit because a little bit here, a little bit there helps to develop the flavor. Oh, just the smell of that. Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So now we got that all nice and pureed. And the color looks fantastic. It looks like a brighter version of split pea soup, which is about the color that we want. Now, I wanted to add just a little titch more back to this dish back here that's been simmering. Just because we want to liven it back up with a new one. There we go. This one's on low for right now. Just set it. Actually, we're going to just leave it on low. All right. So, and that's doing its thing. Who didn't get a chance to see this Verde enchilada casserole last week? I think pretty much all of you got to see it last week. Sourdough cocktail. Okay, I'll bite. What's a sourdough cocktail? People donate their toes. Oh no. Okay, we can just stop right there. Okay, so I don't know what. Oh, just no. Just oh my god. Just no. What is wrong with you people? Danny's solution is empty. Yes, we know. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. This one's my new one. Actually, it's not really new. The kids got me this a couple years ago and just now getting it out of the box. Let's see here. Millimeter size. Where's the... Okay. 4.5. Oh, that's julienne. We want slice. I think that's... All right. Wish me luck. If I slice off a tip of my finger, then maybe I don't have to go to work for a few weeks. I'm kidding. I love my job. I really do. So, some of you may not know. I walked into work the other day. I think it was either Thursday or Friday. But anyway, we were having some problems with our water being shut off because they were doing some plumbing things. And what happened was that they had they told me that they were going to have it back on really fast. But there's no big hand and little hand to really quick, really fast, or in a few moments. Nothing like that. So just didn't know. And so everything got held back. I guess it was Thursday because that's when my big giant order came in. Now, here's the funny thing, is that the company that we order from is over on the East Coast. They put everything into a reefer semi, and they go from state to state, delivering frozen product to every one of their customers. And somewhere down the line, where, basically we order it and, our order is like 2 to 3 weeks out sort of thing. So they're on the East Coast. I think they're in Tennessee or some stupid ass thing like that. Oh, noon. Do we have an ETA when the truck might arrive? He said that our truck was going to arrive on Thursday. So I'm like, okay. Do we know what time? I need to know what time so that I can get work release to come out and help me schlep the stuff off this truck. Oh, yeah, about noon. Well, famous last words. So if it's noon Eastern time, that would mean 9 o'clock in the morning in Washington State. Now 9:30 is about the time that my trustees start rolling into the kitchen to help take care of all the trays that need to get washed, take care of the baking and whatever other projects I got for them for the day, right? So now it's this truck has arrived. It's 3 pallets. Each pallet can hold about 2 tons of stuff. I got 3 pallets, and all of it has to be loaded into the freezer outside, and then the other stuff has to be brought in. Oops, I don't know if that's toxic to dogs. I better pick it up. I missed my garbage bowl. So anyway, here we are. So a part of 12 o'clock, big hand, little hand, you don't understand. Not big hand, or no, big hand and little hand, because he showed up at 9:20. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm like, what are you talking about? Noon. You're supposed to be here at noon. It's not noon. It's 9:20 to be exact. Oh, no. 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God. So I go looking for my email to try to find out where exactly this email was. This was confirming noon. I'm looking at it and it says noon, and I'm like, oh God, I cannot believe this nonsense. So I'm scrambling, and I was just freaking tired. Nothing was going right. Water was shut off. They couldn't give me a time frame in time that made sense, that was meaningful. So I decided, you know what? Screw this. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with mashed potatoes because I don't have a stove. I've got 2 ovens and this giant steamer pot or steam kettle that doesn't tilt. And the thing comes up to my boobs. I'm not leaning over that thing hot while cleaning it out. I'm not doing it. Just not doing it. So here I am. They're getting baked potatoes for dinner. Oh, I've been here lots of times and I don't remember ever getting a baked potato. I'm like, really? Never? So we made them baked potatoes. Well, apparently Thursday morning I get in and the COs are all standing around in the lobby. And one of them says, "Oh, the entire B unit wrote a kite and it's on your desk." And I'm like, "Oh shit, here we go. Here we go. F my life. I'm gonna be Oh no, it's nothing like that. Nothing like that at all. They just really loved their dinner and they wanted you to know all about it." I'm like, "Really? Oh, cool. Okay." So grab my keys out of the box and go head for the kitchen, and I look on there and it says, "Best dinner ever, hands down." And I was like, "Wow, cool. Cool." They actually appreciated that. So, yeah, that was the highlight of my Thursday. That made up for all the BS that I put up with the whole Thursday. All of Thursday was just total BS. And it's like, that makes up for it because they were happy. And when they're happy, that means that there's no prison riot that day, you know? So that was cool. And so I was pretty happy about that. And, oh, all right, Teresa, have fun being a mod. See you later. Um, let's see here. Yeah, that's one of the things that we do have here at home from time to time are baked potatoes. While I'm not normally a fan of baked potatoes, I have to actually be in the mood for a baked potato. There's just some days when those giant 2-pound baked potatoes with a bunch of chili thrown in there, or cheddar broccoli or whatever, um, just sounds good because sometimes it's just so much easier to eat. You could just not think about it. So anyway, let's see here. Probably check up on our wonderful uh, sweet potato and get this party started. Let's see here. This is looking lovely. I might throw a little bit more in that. I don't know yet. Let's take a look here. Oh, making little singing noises. Oh yeah, those are perfect. Okay. So we want them so that they are not overcooked. Um, we want them to still have texture, but be cooked thoroughly. Got to get a different spurtle here. Okay, so now that we've got our sweet potatoes, we can start building our Buddha bowls. And I guess we're doing charcuterie, honey, in case you didn't catch on to that. These smell freaking beautiful, though. The caramelization from the turbinado sugar. In case you're wondering, what's turbinado sugar? How do you spell it? Where do you find it? Usually you can find the turbinado sugar in the sugar section at some grocery stores. I know that Walmart, you can find it over in the sugar section. But other stores may have it in a different section entirely, usually the ethnic section. So we're going to get our bowl. Sandy solution empty. Okay, so there we go. Now, what we need is a scoop. I need to get a bigger rice scoop. That's going to take us forever. Just trying to make this look pretty, and it's just not happening. So these bowls, you can actually find these bowls or ones similar to it at some Costco locations. They're usually in a 4-pack, but I got them for way cheaper at the Goodwill because I collect bowls. I love bowls and ramekins and just things that you can put stuff in. I'm a hoarder of bowls. I'm a bowl hoarder. I just might have a problem. Okay, so now we're going to spoon over our Verde. I'll take this over here. And we're going to just drizzle some extra on top. I know you're probably thinking, what the hell are you going to do with all that Verde? It actually freezes nicely. If you wanted, what you can do is you can put it in into ice cube trays. Freeze it. Now comes the raw element, which is the lightly peppery flavor of the watercress. We're just going to kind of sprig it up right there, just like so. And then we're going to take some of the sweet potato. Just going to pile it on. It's almost like putting together a charcuterie, but it's in a bowl. What? Love you long time with a shovel. Okay, now we're going to put some fresh tomato right there. Now, I'm all for asymmetrical look. So that's why we have our watercress right here, like so. Then we have our tomato over there like so, putting all the cold stuff close to one another. Probably should have gotten the jicama. Green onion. Sprinkle a little bit of that over there. A little bit of red onion. Put that over here. There we go. And then we're going to get our avocado. Yeah, do not recommend doing this at home. So just be careful because there is such a thing as an avocado hand. So now one of the ways that you can keep your avocado from oxidizing on you is you take your avocado, leave the pit in there, put it into a little dish, pour oil over the top of it so that it actually you put it face down so that and you submerge it completely in oil, the bottom part or the part with the flesh. Now you could do either dices or you could do, we're going to do dices on this one. Okay. Now we got dices. And you just gently scoop it and pop it up so that, you got all these nice little diced pieces. Now we're going to just plop that right there because we're actually saving that space over here in this other corner for some cheese. I love avocado. Avocado's so delicious. And some sour cream. So, did we go through that other one already? That other sour cream? So we did go through it. Okay. Now the cheese. Cap can be rinsed with water. Okay. I certainly hope so. All right. So now we can either go over the top of it, but then we're going to ruin all the pretty garnish. So I would just go and squizzy it right there like so. Or even better yet, make fancy quenelle to stick in the corner. And then we have our shredded cheese. Could not find cotija again. Have to go to the store at the bottom of the hill, like way down at the bottom of the hill, like almost to my old work yet. Now we're going to put that right here on the very lip, just like so. And one other thing that I failed to pick up was pepitas. It's green. Huh? Bye, Mike. Have fun. Thanks for showing up. All right. So now we have chili lime almonds for that little corner over there. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to come on over and show you. Pepitas would look really nice. So there we have it. Just like so. And that's what I call a Southwestern Buddha bowl. And then, if you want, you can have a little bit extra sauce to throw on if you want, or whatever. Oh, crap. I forgot the corn tortillas. Shit. So I meant to fry these up real quick. Not like fry them up hard, but just give them a little bit of love on the heat. But the other thing that you can do is you could take this, take 4. Now yes, this is where I store all my Ziploc bags because I really don't use a microwave. Really don't know how to use a microwave. So, if you take a little baggie, you can take like 4 of these, stick them in there. I think you could just give it a little tiny sprinkle of water. Like when I say sprinkle of water, I mean like, a couple drops. Scare it with a little bit of water, stick it in the microwave. I think 30 seconds, or is that too much? There's 4. They're corn. 30? Okay. 20? Okay. Sorry, guys, I don't know how to use a microwave. I'm surprised I can even use this one, let alone the one at work. The one at work is just so intimidating. and they laugh at me. They think it's funny that I don't know how to use a microwave. I went through a majority of my childhood with no microwave. And not because we were poor, we were far from it. It's because my dad didn't believe in those sort of things. Okay, so lightly steamed. Just kind of, oh my God. Okay, so 20 seconds. That's no bueno, man. Maybe 10 seconds next time. Okay, so take them, roll them up. Fucking A. All right. Just roll them up. And that way you could like take a spoon and scoop your rice and stuff and kind of make yourself a little street taco, or just use it for dipping. And do that. Just like so. There we go. And that's that. And that's how you make donuts. So everybody, hope you enjoyed that. We're going to be doing charcuterie tomorrow. That'll be fun. Show you how to make roses out of salamis and all that other happy hogwash. Let's get that out of the way. All right. So let's come over. See what y'all think. Tastes better than it sounds. What tastes better than it sounds? Jethro Bodine. Hog jaw and possum pie. That's funny. Anyway, so that was my fun for the day. Or that was the highlight of my week, was getting a kite from an entire unit saying that they love their food, best dinner ever, hands down. It was handwritten in pencil, and someone goes, "They're allowed pencils?" Yes, they are allowed pencils, except for the really bad ones. They're not even allowed trays. They get these floppy silicone trays, because if you're going to get hit with a tray, at least it's more like being slapped by a fish. And some of them get paper spoons, and that's it. It's just crazy. Oh my God, those tomatoes are delicious. Anyhow, so Munchie Mafia, that's it for the night. I hope you all enjoyed this one. This is Reimagining Leftovers. It's that leftover chicken Verde. I love watercress. You guys gotta try it. If you've not had watercress before, it's delicious. Just, you can even toss it with a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of balsamic, a little bit of salt and black pepper, and just call it a day. It's just delicious. Oh shoot, I forgot about that too. Oh, but Civi, what's with those glorious black-eyed peas in the back that you'd forgotten all about? I swear Greg's probably like, Civi, you are so forgetful. So we need a little bit of white, so just sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Just like so. Black-eyed peas. So, all right, I'm done throwing 50 gazillion things on it. It's like, who was giving me shit about needing to go to the store, and said, oh, that was leftovers. Well, we're reimagining leftovers. Yes, we're adding more stuff to it, but we're reimagining it. What else can we do with that to make it stretch into another delicious meal? So, same recipe, just different presentation. And that's one of the things that chefs have to do, is they have to look at what they have. How can they repurpose this the specific ingredient in 3 ways or more in order to get it out of the kitchen before it spoils. So, um, the rule of 3 is what it's called. And so the other way that I was thinking about doing it, but I'm like, do I really want to fire up the deep fryer? No, I'm going to save that for a different time, but do something a little bit different. Do a real cool fusion dish. You can actually take a little bit of cream cheese, add to it, add a whole bunch of shredded cheese to that, and wrap it up in an egg roll and fry it. And then you've got these southwestern egg rolls. So that's the rule of 3. All the different things that you can do. But anyway, Munchie Mafia is getting to be that time. So I'm going to just leave you with this. I'm having a brain fart right now, though.
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Say goodnight, Gracie. Yeah, that's what it is. Anyway, so I was trying to think of something witty, but I think I'm just too tired. So always remember to cook with love and eat with passion. Thanks a lot for all your support. Have a good night. See you tomorrow.